Murder in the morning from the Hidden Killers podcast.
So the case out of Wisconsin where the body parts were strewn all around, and then they found blood at the suspect's apartment. Yeah, there's a surprising twist.
Felt like a done deal, didn't it?
It really did. But it makes you start to wonder about what else is going on here. In a surprising twist in this gruesome murder of 19-year-old Sade Robinson, court documents reveal that blood found in the home of the accused, Maxwell Anderson, does not match the DNA of the victim. The revelation comes from an updated criminal complaint obtained by Court TV, which highlights preliminary DNA analysis results from the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. Who just has a bunch of blood all over their house?
I was going to ask you that, so you stole my question.
Yeah.
I've been kind of tracking blood sugar just because I come from a family full of diabetics and I'm not one yet. But
Yeah.
I've been kind of tracking it. And this morning I really nailed my finger with the little lancet, and I had some blood. It dripped onto the counter, and it was just a tiny amount. And I cleaned it up right away. That's not going to sit there. I disinfected. I did all the things. And I can tell you that's the only amount of blood that's in my house right now.
It's making me wonder a little bit more about Maxwell Anderson in terms of everything on this. Are there more victims, or do they have the wrong guy?
Right.
He's been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson. The case gripped the local community since Robinson, who was last seen alive on April 1st, failed to show up for work the following day. Her car, discovered torched shortly after her disappearance, and authorities subsequently found severed human remains across the area, believed to be hers. Court records indicate that Robinson and Anderson had dinner together on the day she vanished, with eyewitnesses reporting they left the restaurant together. Initially, the discovery of blood on the bedding and a wall leading to Anderson's basement seemed to corroborate suspicions against him. However, the updated complaint states the preliminary DNA analysis supports the conclusion that there is no support for the inclusion of Robinson's DNA in any of the blood or swabs tested, and of some of those swabs, Robinson's DNA is excluded. During a recent court appearance, Anderson waived his right to a preliminary hearing. Scripps News Milwaukee quoted prosecutor Ian Vance Curzan, who reflected on the DNA findings at the hearing, saying, "It indicates that the preliminary DNA supports the conclusion that there is no support for inclusion of Robinson's DNA in the blood swabs that have been tested." That's a long sentence with a lot of words of inclusion that almost feels like it's overused. The ambiguity of over whose blood was found at the scene remains unresolved. Anderson's plea of not guilty to the charges sets the stage for further legal proceedings, with the case due back in court May 16th for a scheduling conference. This unexpected twist in DNA evidence could play a critical role in the ongoing investigation and the subsequent trial. So what is going on here?
Do we have another serial killer in Milwaukee? Did they stumble upon this guy? And maybe he didn't kill this Robinson gal. Maybe he killed somebody else and they found out accidentally.
I wonder.
Holy crap.
Well, he went to dinner with her that night, and that's kind of suspicious a bit. But
and she's disappeared and they found her dead.
Yeah. And there's blood all over your house, but it's not her blood. It does kind of make you wonder a little bit of, is he a hunter? Did he try to clean the deer in the house or something? Is it human blood? I guess that should be the first question. And if
What's
it is,
it doing in his bed, you sick fuck?
Yeah. Maybe they got more than they were bargaining for here. They spun the wheel and discovered, oh, hey, we got somebody that's killing multiple people. I don't know. I guess human blood is the first thing to be determined. And if it is, why? Why is it there? And what other evidence do they have against him other than they went out for dinner that night?
Yeah, and can they hold him based on this blood? They don't have a victim for this one. What do they do?
Well, they can hold him for a while. That's for sure. He's been charged with the murder, so he's not going to be getting out anytime soon. But yeah, This is going to be interesting to see where exactly this all goes and if there's more victims here. Have they had, there hasn't been reports of other body parts being strewn around the city. It's only been this one, correct?
I think so, but I think there's been multiple body parts, right?
Yeah, and they believe that it's all her, from what I've understood.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, it's preliminary.
But it's Milwaukee. There's how many missing people in Milwaukee at any given point?
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's a twist I wasn't expecting in this case.
I don't think they were either.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when they got the results and went, what?
Well, could it be his?
That's what I was wondering. Was he injured?
Yeah. But you would think if there's blood
Maybe
around.
She fought back.
It's just bizarre. I wonder if it is his. That would be the only thing that seems to make a little bit of sense. Maybe why it's in the bed. Maybe he went to bed. I don't know. There's a lot of questions in this one. And maybe they're going to solve more than one case here. Or there's going to be some sort of bizarre explanation for it. I'm waiting for them to say it's deer blood and he's a hunter or something. But even that's weird too. But hey, it's Wisconsin. Anything's possible.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.